Hello and welcome to Champ Rule Gaming News, the place to talk about all things in the world of gaming with a slight bias towards my favorite game series, Zelda, which is actually what we're here to talk about today. But if you also want to see me play some Zelda games and also some old school Nintendo, if you could give me a follow over at twitch.tv/champrule. Also, if you like this video right here, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any other videos from me. So we're actually here to talk about Skyward Sword HD, but before I do, just want to make a quick announcement for those that haven't already followed me over at twitch.tv/champrule. You might want to do so if you're watching this before August 20th. This Friday, August 20th, 2021, I will be doing my latest 24-hour stream to celebrate 200 followers on Twitch. To a lot of people, that may not be a lot of followers, but to me, it shows that my hard work is paying off. So we're going to be doing a 200 follower 24-hour stream. Lots of different games, interactive games, chances for you guys to actually win prizes. There's going to be a lot going on in the 24 hours, so make sure you are there for it. 11 a.m. Eastern, Friday, August 20th. It's going to be a lot, I can tell you that much. But I wanted to give you guys my honest review so far of Skyward Sword HD, how I feel about it, my comparisons towards it being on the Wii, especially because I've done both the motion controls and the button controls. And just really wanted to kind of wrap it up for anybody that's thinking about, should I get the game or not? So first of all, I will have to say, you already know that I'm biased because I love Zelda games, but Skyward Sword kind of held a sore spot in a lot of people's hearts, just because it was such a weird game with the motion controls. I am a Zelda simp, so of course I did get the new Joy-Cons. So I've got that one for the right one. That's of course the one that looks like the Master Sword, and then you've got the one right here that looks like the shield. I do have them because, again, I'm just a simp for Nintendo, I guess. But overall, of course, the game is supposed to be high definition compared to what we're used to, and certain parts of the game take advantage of that aspect. Other parts are just like, this kind of just looks the same, if you want me to be completely honest. Now, of course, there is the ratio difference of it from being on the Wii, but I don't know, just certain parts of it feel the same, kind of. Is that too harsh? I don't know. I feel like it's a little too harsh, but it's the truth. They feel a little weird. Aside from that, the HD part, you're not really going to notice. The title screen, you will notice, because wow, the logo looks absolutely impressive on that title screen. But there's other parts of the game where it's to me, it wasn't really necessary. Moving on from that, I do want to talk about the button controls and why I hate them. I actually hate the button controls. I played with the button controls for about 30 minutes. This was off stream, just something I wanted to do off stream, just to kind of see if it was something that I would be interested in doing on stream. And after seeing what I did, the answer was no. With the button controls, you're using the right joystick to control the motion of the sword, because of course with Skyward Sword there are gimmicks to how the sword controls matter to the gameplay. There are certain points when you have to swipe the sword vertically versus horizontally. There's certain points where you have to swipe the sword diagonally, and it took advantage of the motion controls on the Wii, but they wanted to give people the option of button controls for the Switch. I like that we're giving that option. It means that people can play on their Switch Lite without having to go out and buy more Joy-Cons. So for that, yes, if you have a Switch Lite and you want to play the game, by all means, do button controls. If you have a Switch, meaning you have functioning Joy-Cons, and you're not experiencing Joy-Con drift to an extreme degree, I would say do the motion. And you're probably going to say, but Champ Rule, the motion controls on the Wii were horrible. And to that, I definitely agree, they were. having to recalibrate. Of course, you had to put the Wii Motion Plus down on a table and wait like 10 seconds. Then you could get back to playing the game. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the motion controls, the way that it grabs, it's a little better, but it's still not perfect. It's still not what you're expecting. So before you go and buy the game, just because I said that the motion controls are better, it's still not going to be what you expect, in my opinion. But the way of recentering is much quicker. You literally just hit Y. You press Y when you have your Joy-Con pointed at the middle of the screen. That recenters it. There's no waiting period. It's just whenever you want to press Y, if you got it at the middle of the screen, you just press Y and it'll be like, okay, we're ready to go. And so I like that part. I like that it's quicker to recalibrate the motion controls. I will say, though, it is kind of weird at times that the Beetle, specifically, doesn't seem to follow the motion controls. And I'm not sure if that's just me being weird about it, but there's definitely something that feels off about the Beetle to me. So I did just want to warn about that. The game itself, a lot of people said that the storyline wasn't good, and I disagree. I do understand the pain of... I'm trying not to spoil the game for anyone that hasn't played it, but also you've had 10 years. So the fact of repeating, I'll just say it this way, the fact of repeating so many things over and over and over again can be tedious, but I think it's actually a really clever way of having the storyline make sense. I don't hate it. I think it's okay. I really am a fan of it. If I had to give the game a rating, basically like when you fill out those surveys online, it's like, how likely would you be to suggest this to your family and friends? 1 being least likely and 10 being the most likely. If you're a Zelda fan of any sort, meaning you just picked up Breath of the Wild 3 years ago, you fell in love with it, or you've played 5 Zelda games but not Skyward Sword because you didn't have a Wii, or just something. Just if you're any type of Zelda fan or a fan of games like Zelda and you like puzzles, I say get it. I say 8. Reason being, especially if you've played Breath of the Wild, it's gonna make a little more sense to you. Skyward Sword is, according to Nintendo, the first game in the timeline. So it will explain some of the things that you've seen in Skyward Sword, like as far as the storyline, and then also just as far as the mechanics, because a lot of the stuff we got in Breath of the Wild is because of it crawled in Skyward Sword so that it could run in Breath of the Wild. And I really do think for those 2 things alone, I would suggest it at an 8. If you have a Switch, I say get it. If there's anyone that disagrees with me, please let me know why. Leave it down in the comments. Like I said before, give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, if you think that I gave a good review of it. Also subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can see more game reviews as well as more information. I'll probably be giving out more details about the 24-hour stream as time goes on, and then just any kind of gaming news that happens to come my way. Until then, I am Champ Rules signing off, and I will see you guys next time.